Okay, so when you're balancing equations, rule number one for me, I always work left to right. I always work left to right, as in I look at the reactants before I go over to the product. Rule number two, and this is a huge one, because this is the one that will get you in trouble every time. I always leave oxygen for last. Always. Even if it's the one way on the left. I will always balance everything before I tackle oxygen. Oxygen always gets in the way. The third one's probably not going to make sense until I explain it. All right. If a hydroxide, remember our polyatomic ion, hydroxide, if a hydroxide is on one side, that means reactant or product. If a hydroxide is on one side and water is on the other side, then treat water not as H2O when you're balancing it, but as hydrogen hydroxide. Ions need to be considered as one. They are not, yes, they're an oxygen and hydrogen, but more importantly, they're a hydroxide. They are one unit. We treat them as one unit. So if you have a hydroxide on one side and water on the other, then you are going to treat water as a hydrogen and a hydroxide, not as two hydrogen and an oxygen.